Go through the other hole. Go around your thing. Go back down. Do you know how to sew on a button? It's okay to admit you don't. I'm going to show you how. A lot of people don't know how to sew on a button. And not only am I going to show you how to do it, but I'm going to show you how to do it the right way so you lose fewer buttons. I have a threaded needle here. It happens to have 4 threads total that I'm sewing with. So I put 2 threads through the needle and I tied them off in the end. If you're using regular thread, you need to do this. If you're using something that says buttonhole twist or is a very thick thread, you don't need all these layers, but I'm using this, so I need extra layers. Next, you got to figure out where you want your button to go. I already have a spot for my button, which is actually slightly this way from that spot because I need to move this button. And so that's where we're going to put it. It may surprise you, we're going to start on the top because I don't want this end of my thread to show on the back. I want to make the back look pretty too. So I'm going to start on the front. I'm going to go down and then I'm going to go back up. And now it's time to grab our button. I want this button to match my button here, so I'm going to do 2 horizontal lines. So I'm going to come out of one, go back in the other, and then I'm going to go through my fabric. And this is where learning how to do it the right way comes in. Because if I pull my thread tight, this button is very tight and pulled down to the fabric. But it means that when I go to try to button it, there's not going to be any room for this fabric to go under the button. It's so tight. So you need to leave room underneath the button, which is called the shank. So we are going to make a shank. Some buttons come with one already. And this one here already has a button shank or some loose thread here that allows for room under it. You can either sew your button on loosely or you can give yourself some help by putting something with your button that takes up space. What I need is a matchstick. Bamboo skewer. That's basically a matchstick, right? Okay. So I'm going to put this bamboo skewer, in this case under, because it will stay. But you could also put it on top, but I want you to still be able to see the hose. This is going super well. We're on the bottom, come back up, go through the other hole, go around your thing, go back down. Basically, the whole idea is we're trying to leave extra space. We're trying to keep it loose. If you can do that without something random underneath there, do it. Because that thing just, it feels like it gets in the way. So I'm going to go through here, go down, and as I'm going down, I'm not going to pull tight. I'm going to pull up a little bit so I know how much thread to leave. So once you've gone through both of those spots a couple of times, that's when we're going to make our shank underneath. So this last time I'm coming up, but I'm not going through one of the holes. What I'm going to do is wrap this thread around in circles, around and around and around and around, and that's what's going to make our shank. So there's thickness for that other layer of fabric to go underneath here so that they can fit. Once I got that shank done, I'm going to go down to the bottom one more time and back up one more time, and this is where we're going to tie off. I am going to loop my thread around, but I'm going to actually put my needle through that loop once, and then I'm going to do it one more time to create a knot under here that is going to keep that thread secure. Now this button is sewn on, and there is plenty of room underneath here for this fabric to be, so that you're not going to have any chance of that button trying to break in half or fall off from stress. It has room to move, and it has room to be buttoned.